You're listening to Lyfe and Shyt. I'm Daneyel Walker.
And I'm Tommy Walker.
Join us as we talk about our journey overcoming fears, boundaries, marriage, family, lifestyle, business, and whatever other shit you can think of.
We're individuals that came together to create one unit with one mind and one goal. What's up, baby?
What's going on?
One day we're gonna have like the bloopers of, or like not bloopers because we don't really bloop a lot. Behind the scenes when we're dancing.
Oh yeah, get it ready.
I'm vibing when a song comes on. I'll be like, oh, that's my shit.
Oh, you silly. I'll be vibing.
What's going on? How you feeling today?
I feel actually fantastic, amazing. I had a great day, great meetings with my team. Feel like I'm on fire. It's amazing. I had an amazing day.
You got a little glow about you. Your skin looking a little clear and shit. Lips looking all luscious.
Thank you. Eyes look a little tired because I'm tired.
Eyes is
early morning, 6 o'clock going.
Yeah, you was up.
Yeah.
Going hard, showering. I was like,
ready.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. I got a question for you.
What's that?
What are your chores?
What are my chores?
And I ain't trying to throw you under the bus like you don't have chores.
What are my chores? I don't have chores. Like
you don't have chores. Let me make it more specific. What are your
I ain't trying to throw you under the bus, but you ain't got no chores.
Household chores.
I cook. Is one of my chores. Cooking is definitely a chore. I prepare meals. That is a chore.
Okay.
I think that's all. I think that's it.
That's it now.
I ensure, yeah.
What was your chores back in the days?
It was everything, right? It was making sure the kids were carted off to school back and forth. I believe that's a chore because it's like, okay, who's going to take the kids? Someone's got to get up. Someone's got to, you know what I mean? So it could be a chore.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that not just your responsibility?
No. I mean, it could be either person's,
right? So I
could have somebody who came and picked up.
You define chore then. What does chore mean?
Okay, because I did look it up. It's an assignment, a duty, or a job, right? Or a stint, right? Or a task. Right. So who's like a stint, like it's a stint, but like who does this task, like or a chore, right? So like whose chore is it to take the kids to school in the morning? Like generally it was mine, you know. Who has to see them off to practices and things like that. So it's like as mothers, you have a different set of chores that are kind of like those are your chores, right? And then you wouldn't even consider them chores. Like it's not a chore.
I would say that is your motherly and wifely duty.
Oh, which is AKA chore.
To your chores. When you put the motherly or wifely in front of it, it doesn't sound so chorey like.
Oh God, it sounds worse. It's a wifely duty to take the kids to. It's like another chore would be sexting. If that's
whoa, let's fall back there. Let's fall back.
That's not a chore. It's not a chore. If it ever became a chore, then that would be a problem, right? When we had a dog, it was walking the dog. Ugh, I tried to throw that chore onto everybody.
Yeah, you passed that chore off to every single person in the house.
Yeah, it was like,
That's why we don't have the dog no more.
Yeah, it's true. And cleaning the house is a chore. If you have a housekeeper, then making sure that the housekeeper cleans the house the way the house is supposed to be cleaned is also a chore, right?
No, that is not.
It is a chore.
Following up behind.
Picking the right.
Before you go down a rabbit hole, let me tell you what
what are your chores? What are your chores, Mr. Walker? I'm sure you got a whole list of them that you want to share.
Yeah, but I do a lot. So laundry, right? So I did the laundry. Facts. Did. Shit, girl, we've been together for 17 years.
And I never did laundry.
I did the laundry every day.
It was your choice.
Every week, I should say, for 17 years.
Yeah. Did you not do the laundry? Did you do the laundry all that time? For this point?
I've always
so
done
that
laundry.
you could say it?
No,
Is that why you do it? So you could be like, I do the laundry? Is that why?
Nope. I just don't like nobody else fucking with my clothes.
And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I fucked his clothes up probably the first couple of times. Not every time, but there's probably when we first got together, he did not always do the laundry. I did laundry too, and I always put extra softener so it smells.
You made them smell good.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, damn, when you did laundry, my clothes smelled better than when I did laundry.
I put extra.
But mine was still clean and they looked the way they were supposed to.
So I had a tendency to mix clothes that weren't supposed to be mixed. So a couple of bloopers happened.
Oh man. I've lost
Which
some
is why you
very
did.
nice shirts because of it.
So,
and then
laundry.
landscaping.
Okay.
Outdoor cleaning, which for those that know,
landscaping.
Yeah, well, not really. Like landscaping is your grass and all that, right? Your plants. And then you have outdoor cleaning, which you know how I am. I like things a certain way. So I go outside and I water, hose down the house, hose down the concrete, all that stuff. But now I outsource all of that stuff. Yes, I've minimized my chores down to paying the bill for those chores.
Outside cleaning is a choice, by the way. It's not really a chore. It's not like you have to clean outside. It's like one of those things where it's like, okay.
We live in San Diego, and for whatever reason, we have birds that fly over our house every single sunset. And when they drop, it drops all over our furniture, it drops all over this, and then after storms. So yeah, household cleaning the outdoor cleaning is imperative, especially to enjoy the outdoor space.
What's the household chores? Are those all your chores? All two of them?
Those used to be both my chores
of them?
Until I start outsourcing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not trying to diminish your chores at all, because one thing that you do is take care of the house.
I am a very domestic husband, yes.
Almost to a crazy fault, but you do. And I do appreciate it, because I hear stories from lots of women. I hear the stories, ladies. I do, of cleaning up behind men, and men being lazy or not doing their part, making women work extra harder, and I do appreciate your support and your help when it comes to the household, and to a point where I'm sometimes like, all right, babe, I got the house, okay? Like, go ahead, worry about something else, but I really do appreciate you.
1,000%. So, and when I say outsource, and basically, we've realized, and that's what, like how you said, your chores are now kind of down for multiple reasons, right? We got kids are all grown up now. Our youngest daughter is 16 years old. We have 4 kids, and then our granddaughter comes around. For those that don't know, we have a 2.5-year-old, almost 3-year-old
almost
granddaughter. 3. So, yes, we don't have as many tasks and assignments that we have to do that pertains to other human beings, but we also are now in a position to where, because of how much time we spend outside the house than working, that we've created an opportunity to, all right, we still need the house clean. We still need things done. So now we're in a position to pay somebody to make sure it's done. And now that just becomes part of our bill chores. So that was, and that's another question, is paying bills a chore?
Yes, paying bills is a chore. It is a chore that I don't have now, but I used to have. And it was a chore because of the way I did it, right? Writing everything down. So keeping track of the bills and making sure everything's paid, making sure that what cleared the account was what was supposed to clear the account, like all those, like balancing and checking, like that's a chore, and it has to be done, right? Someone's got to do it. So that's definitely a chore. So that is one of your chores. Do you feel that there's gender roles or there should be, or like, is there gender roles in chores? As
far as who does what because of gender?
Yes.
Unfortunately, there is, right? And it goes back to some of the conversations that we've had when we talk about rituals and just kind of things that are just done just because. So like
the boys take out the trash.
Exactly. So taking out the trash. Right? As a man, I've always taken out the trash. My son, even if my nephews are in the house, y'all take the trash out.
Yep, I always tell them to. No,
and it's always and it's always because of whatever was the heavy lifting. Like if it involved heavy lifting, you need to go and do it. And it wasn't taught that way. It just subconsciously
it was how the way it's always been. Yeah. In our household now, even the nieces and nephews, everybody takes out the trash. I like to mix it. Everybody does dishes.
Yeah, but they're funny too, because like they'll take out the trash and it'd be 2 of them holding the trash bag, right? Like it'd be like the brother and sister holding the trash bag going out. So yes, you do that now, but 1,000%, everybody should be doing dishes. Everybody should be cleaning. And because, when you think about kids doing chores, right? that's their first responsibility. I mean, I know that was my first responsibility of coming up.
Well, I mean, let's even rewind back to like further back. Like, what are toys that like little girls get? That's one thing. Looking at in the holiday season, you look for toys, and it's like, what is this broom and mop set? Like, what? Or this whole kitchen? Like, all little girls want to do is cook in the kitchen. Like, are you serious? Is this really what I want my little girl to think of? Even my granddaughter, like, I'm not gonna buy her kitchen. I don't want her to be like, oh, like just automatically we're putting in her head that that's where she should be, right? A vacuum, the vacuum is all cute and stuff, but damn it, we gonna make the baby's vacuum, I
had a vacuum. When I was a kid.
Maybe it works.
But my parents.
Hold on.
My parents are different. My pops was a Marine.
Scratch everything I said.
My vacuum had like little balls in it.
They pop.
So now when I vacuum, I'm a very thorough vacuum cleaner.
But you were the oldest, so you probably were the first one to have that. That's funny. I was gonna say it probably was handed down from cousins to cousins, but you were the older cousin.
No.
So
mine was brand new. Yeah, my parents did okay. They did all right. But you're very right in the aspect of the domestication process, right? Because I mean, it goes back to like the 20s where housewife was the job, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, we wasn't born back then, so we don't know if they call it chores, but housewife was a job. And you wanted, so when you looked at the woman and then you looked at the daughter, that was just a grooming process, right? It was like, all right, just like how we just talked about taking out the trash. The grooming process was, you're going to be in this kitchen and let me show you how to do it with these plastic eggs and this plastic bacon.
Yep. So you could take care. And then it's funny, but it's like, we are, as women, we're being groomed to take care of men, right? Because another thing that I've come to realize is that single women, they don't have to do as many chores.
I referenced this in a previous episode when you were single and I showed up to your house. I was like, who does the laundry around here?
Me, when I want to.
When you feel like
right? And it's like, okay, so you come out and my house is immaculate, but that's how you seen it. It doesn't mean it was like that, y'all. But my bedroom, like I said then in that episode, was my bedroom. So I had like a nice little pile of clothes and a chair, nice little organized chair, but that's it. But the house is clean. But you never know if I'm just cleaning the house when you got there, or did it stay that way, or you're right.
You cleaned it for me.
Yeah. And then another thing, dinner. Like as a single woman, you don't have to cook dinner every single day. You can eat popcorn for dinner and it doesn't even matter. Like no one even knows. You just like, or you eat lunch and you're like, I just don't feel like it. There's like a lot of different things that you do or don't have to do.
It's a trip to me because we were pretty strict on chores. Okay, going back to my first chores as a kid, my mother had a list of everything that was on things, our responsibilities on the refrigerator, right?
Nice.
And she even broke it down by calendar days. Do this on Tuesday. So I was vacuuming every other day.
Oh, that's another reason why you're an amazing vacuumer.
Yeah, so every other day I vacuumed, the entire house. Everything, everybody had their part. We all played a role. And this was after her and my father split up. So we had to play our part. And then when I went to go live with my pops, in my teenage years, same thing. We had our chores. But the chores over there wasn't as stickler as my mother. Shout out to my mother. but pops because there was more of us in the house too. So in my pop's house, it was my stepbrother, my stepsister, and then me and my brother. So we split the chores 4 ways versus just me and my brother. So dishes, and then the bathroom. You clean the bathroom up after yourself, which is a pretty easy chore. It was really just clean up after yourself.
Right.
So it didn't seem like a chore. It seemed like clean up after yourself. It's your responsibility.
Yeah.
But if you didn't do it, oh my gosh. Even with my mother, it was like if you didn't do your chore, the whole fucking world ended. Right? It was like my pops would wake us up in the middle of the night. Like if he came in at 2:00 in the morning and the dishes wasn't washed, or you was getting up and you was washing dishes.
That's too funny.
But what that taught us was be on time, be responsible, be thorough, and don't cut any corners. Right. So and then if you look at that today, oh my gosh. I did the same thing to my kids, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, Dad hates us." It's like, no, I'm trying to teach you something.
And they didn't learn how. They're still not respectful. They're still not responsible.
Still do the same things, right? But the chores, like you said, their tasks, their assignments, their duties. and it's your first opportunity to be responsible.
Yeah, this is true.
And for
your
me,
first opportunity for some people, yes.
Yeah. And for me, for parents to not allow their kids to do chores today is like you're robbing your child of responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, you could add a little bonus in there with allowances, right?
Right.
So I remember when we first started getting allowances, when my mother built out those chores, we got $20 every 2 weeks, right?
Incentivized.
Yeah. And of course, she would dock the pay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, oh, you didn't do this, and that, you ain't getting paid.
That's like your first job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My pops, on the other hand, there was no pay on that time. he was just like, yo, you get to do whatever you want. Just hold your own.
He was old school because it's one of those things. It's like, I'm sorry, child. Your pay is the house. Like, you live here for free, but you can eat anything in that refrigerator that you open up like you bought stuff in it. He
didn't sound like that, but that's correct.
As us kids, we don't think about it. Everything is like a given. Growing up, we didn't have chores like that. I think I've shared.
How y'all not have chores?
It was always an adventure. It was always more than 5 of us.
It was always an adventure.
Yeah, it was always more than 5 of us.
That's a very nice way.
Yeah,
of
putting it was. We lived a different kind of a life, So chores and cleaning and stuff like that wasn't it was a necessity in our house, but not a must. It wasn't like you guys got to do this or this has to get done. It wasn't until I got older and then we kind of took responsibility amongst ourselves and was like, okay, y'all, like we're gonna let's do this. So I feel like that was like my first job was making sure is like you said there was 5 of us, so I was the one in charge and I put the other 4 to work. Like, all right, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do that. So by the time I got older, I had we were the cleaning crew. It's like, all right, this is what's going down.
Your own little janitor service going on.
Right in our house, and heck no, there was no monetary rewards at that. Hell no. The reward was just no bugs. How about that? And that was the motivation.
Yeah, I understand. You want to eat off a clean table, clean it.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally understand that. And it's funny because when you discipline a kid or when you implement these tasks and duties and then discipline comes behind it, I look at it today, right? It's like, all right, when my kids didn't do something today, if I had those same kids, I probably wouldn't discipline them, but now I would come at them like responsibility, like a job, right? It's like, all right, this is what you can expect. Now, discipline in the sense of, no, I'm not going to whoop you because that was discipline back in the days. It's 2022. I don't know what they do things nowadays, right? But I would come at it, very different, right? It'd be more of an opportunity to teach. Like, this is the reason why I'm giving you the responsibilities, not because I told you so. And that was, and honestly, that's me, right? That's how I am. It's like, I told you to do it. And if I told you to do something, that's just what it is. It wasn't no explanation that came with it. Cause I felt like as a grown up, I don't need to explain nothing because that's how it was taught to me. So when you give your kids these roles and responsibilities, no, you don't have to put monetary value behind it. You don't have to, right? But at least give them the explanation of, check this out. When you make your bed, even down to making your bed in the morning, it's a pretty big deal if you make your bed when you first get up. And that just becomes a mindset thing that will change their lives forever. And if you look at the people that don't make their bed and they get back in that messy bed, just kind of look at their life.
That's true. It's true. And one thing that I know is a saying I heard about making your bed, just a side note, is at least when you get back home, that's the one thing that you accomplished. It's like, it's one thing I know I did was, damn it, I made my bed. And there's nothing like getting in a fresh made bed. I've always made my bed, so I'm not quite sure how it feels to get into a messy bed. If it's nice and cool, the sheets, you know what I mean? It just feels fresh. So you change your sheets regularly, right? Which is another chore.
But chores is exercise, right?
Yeah.
Chores is like you just told me right now
that's my value.
Vacuum cleaning is 2 hours. It's like, well, shit, that's pretty cool. Like I didn't think about it back then, but it is exercise. So you get to move around. For us, when we used to do our chores together as a couple, it was Saturday and Sunday, right? So we get up early Saturday, we clean the house. Maybe we'll go outside, I'll clean outside, and then Sunday was laundry day, and then we chill. But that fucking sucks. Like, if you think about it, it's like you work Monday through Friday, And then Saturday you work at home, right? Mm-hmm. Because you've been home kind of the time during the week, mm-hmm. and then you come home and then you got to clean your house and however long. And for me, I'm one of those 3-4 hour cleaners.
OMG.
I don't know about everybody else. It really does
take him a long time to clean and cook.
I go
but,
hard.
It takes men longer to do things anyways, as far as household chores and things of that sort, and cook. It's just the way it is. But I declare it does take you a while. But it's thorough. It's thorough, y'all.
I'm in every nook and cranny.
It's thorough. Not that other people that do it a little faster aren't thorough. It's just that.
No, my shit's white glove clean.
I'm not saying that theirs isn't, but
white glove clean. But then Sunday, then I'm doing laundry, and laundry is not all. No, technically it is, because if you're drinking, you got football going on, and it's movie day for me. Yeah, all of a sudden I start laundry at 8:00 in the morning. I'm not done with that shit till
still doing
9:00 at night.
Still doing laundry.
Yeah, so that sucks. So for me, I was like, all right, let me go out and and be so productive that I can hire somebody and take care of that stuff, and because of that, I'm able to be more productive. And then that's where the mind shift comes, right? It's not about, I don't make the money. I can't afford it. No, you just got to be so productive that you put it into your budget. And then when you have that time back, it makes you to be even more productive. You could go out and do more great things. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like what my final thought is too. I think you just took my value and my final thought, baby.
I ain't take it.
What is the worst chore for you? Like, what is the one you hate to do? The absolute, like, when you hear, like, oh, let's do this chore, you're like, oh, God, no.
You want me to be honest? Mm-hmm. It's not a task or assignment that is given to me,
mm-hmm.
but it's cleaning up after other people.
So that's not the same.
No,
that's not a chore.
No, it is a chore.
It is
if
a
you
chore.
do it every day.
You're right. You're right.
If it's every day or every week, it becomes a chore.
This is true.
So that's what for me. That's the one I'm like again. I have to do it again.
I think for me. It's washing dishes. I don't want to wash dishes. I don't like washing dishes. It is definitely a chore. I feel like I've been washing dishes since I was 4, or as soon as they could push that chair up to that damn sink, I was washing dishes. Like that's where I grew up. It's like I put them kids to work. It's always been that way. So I'm tired of washing dishes.
Got soft hands because of it.
You're silly. So you already kind of alluded to what I wanted to talk about as far as household chores being a workout as well, and anything you do, any activity you do with like vigor, like just like kind of going hard at it, then it will become sex. Sex could could help you lose calories and also exercise, right?
Very true. But sex is very like if you look at an app, there's an app that actually calculates how many calories you burn during sex.
True.
And you have to have vigorous, aggressive sex for 30 minutes, and it's only like 60 calories.
Yeah.
And that was like whenever I missed the hump on how many calories I burned. It was like,
you're gonna have vigorous sex somewhere.
It's like, all right, I got to fill the gap somewhere. but you mentioned like how often or how many minutes do you need to vacuum to burn?
Well, for
calories?
Vacuuming, you have to. You should vacuum for 132 minutes, right? And you lose about 405. Same for mopping. Mopping and vacuuming is the same. But vacuuming is 132 minutes where mopping is 138. And that's because the vacuum is a little heavier and it requires a little more kind of core work moving the vacuum.
So no matter if you got hardwood floor or carpet, as long as you're moving something around, then you're going to get them calories in.
Yeah.
Now, 132 minutes. That's a long fucking time. What if you only have a 800 square foot apartment?
Then just go through the motions, just do it again and again.
Means you need to vacuum every day.
Yeah, it's true.
If you vacuum every day, it's like walking every day. It's a little at a time, right? Because I don't see anybody vacuuming for 2.5 hours.
You vacuum
800 square foot.
Well, what is the natural vacuum time? I mean, do people vacuum every day? Maybe people vacuum every day. Maybe that's the thing. Like they vacuum if you are in a hotel room, then they vacuum after every guest.
Well, you would sweep every day. I don't know if you vacuum. Well, if you depends on, like I said, it depends on your floors.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the automatic guy, right? The little Sharkeishas or whatever we call it. See, if it goes there.
now that's the other part of fucking household chores is like you can't cheat yourself, right? Hey. So it's like, these are my chores. I sweep every day, and you hit the button. Yeah. We got two of them.
If you plan it, well, it's because we got separate levels, so you gotta, exactly. So we could also have one that goes in each room. Like pretty soon, that one's gonna go in all the rooms too. So
that little thing goes off every day at 9:00.
Yep, ding ding. Both
Cleans all the floors in the kitchen and living room.
Perfect. It does our household chore, baby. Yeah. Doing laundry, 700 calories, but that's doing laundry plus ironing and putting the clothes away.
Oh shit! Okay, so I'm missing out. I'm missing out on.
Yeah, by not doing anything, especially going up and down the stairs as many times as you used to do. Like that's a lot. Yeah, carrying the clothes down and carrying the clothes up and sorting them and that's a job. Shit.
Damn. All right.
You miss it?
No, I don't. 1,000%. If you can outsource your laundry, please do. I iron every day. That's cool. I'll take that.
Your clothes. That's not a chore when you have to iron your clothes, is it? It's a choice, not chores.
Nah, because some motherfuckers roll out wrinkles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a choice, not a chore.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So some motherfuckers just be wrinkled. And it's cool nowadays.
Not an ironer. Right. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. It's weird, but I guess to each his own.
Any other calories lost? Is that the last one?
Unloading the car.
Oh, at the grocery shopper.
Yeah, it's 300 calories. But that's a week.
That's crazy. So all the just the regular shit you do as a new family, because that's a lot of stuff we did when we was a new family.
Oh, that is so true. Yeah, we worked hard.
Yeah, so it was like
organizing, decluttering. Decluttering is a thing, right? That takes time.
So the weekends was always geared towards burning unconscious calories from cleaning to shopping, putting away groceries, doing the kid shit, and then once the kids got older, you stop doing that stuff. No wonder why people gain a little weight when the kids get older. So just think about that. Just think about.
So true.
So in this whole thing is, chores are not as bad as people think they are. They do add some type of goodness to you, right? So own them until you become more productive and you outsource them, and that means that you're being so productive that you're putting in the workout, you're still burning those calories, still taking advantage of it. But for me, my final thought on this is don't rob your kids of that responsibility. Like to me, household chores should start at, like how you said, for you, when you're able to push that chair up and start doing dishes, kids doing their own laundry, like all that stuff. Don't rob them of that opportunity to be responsible as little human beings.
I love that. That is so true. And like you said, it teaches you so much when, you have that experience. And hopefully it sticks with you and you don't just lose it when you become an adult like some of our kids did. I love a clean space. I really do. There's nothing like a clean bathroom and a clean room. But I would rather work my ass off doing something that I love, something that's fun and profitable. And pay for someone to take care of those chores if possible. And that's just the way it is. I appreciate anyone who is in that field and anyone who enjoys cleaning. As I know, back in the days, it's kind of refreshing. You put on music and you get, you just kind of get into your mode, and it would smell like pine saw. Me and my cousin would always have a saying, like, it smelled like pine saw. Somebody been cleaning. I think that came from Martin, and we just kind of said it. But yeah, it's nothing like a clean house.
1,000%. Clean house does something with my mindset, so I appreciate that. This is Life and Shit.
Life and Shit. I love you.
I love you. Do us a favor. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. Leave a review. Let us know what your thoughts are. That's the only way that this show is going to be successful. And we appreciate you. Talk with you next time.